start again. It's a rich thing.
Good day everyone, welcome back to another video and the first working day on this project. So if you haven't seen the tour of this house, check out the previous video probably about 2-3 days ago. So I'm just taking over and finishing off some work for someone. They're in the UK and there was a load of little bits that the builders didn't finish, so I'm trying to see if I can finish some of the stuff. I'm going to give them about 3 days work while I'm here. I'm going to try and finish off some of the stuff. So we're going to jump onto the first job, which is going to be the backsplashes here. And there's a couple of other things that I've investigated and I found out, so we're going to have a look into it and let's see if we can figure this stuff out. So one of the things I've investigated was the connections for the dishwasher and wash machine. So currently the waste pipes are connected. They've actually been extended, so they actually run around the back. They run underneath here. Took all the plimps out. And if we look on the sink, they actually are connected here. So you see one here and one here. It's dishwasher and washing machine. What isn't connected, and now I just realized somebody hasn't blocked off the back end of that. So that's something that's another job I need seen that needs doing. We need to block this off because they've used some sort of T instead of an elbow there for some reason. So there's that to sort out now. My list of materials to get. Also, you can see where the water connections are, but there's no water connections for the washing machine and dishwasher. So we need to probably tee off these pipes somewhere and put 2 connections in, and then we're gonna have to get the pipes, the water pipes for the washing machine, dishwasher, probably through here somewhere, drop them down below and run them underneath all the way under here to come up under the back here. Now the typical washing machine pipes, I think they're about 1.5 meters, so they're not long enough to make it all the way back there. I think they come up somewhere. I think I found them under there somewhere. I think they're somewhere at the back. Oh, here we go. So they are actually here. So obviously they need to make it all the way down there. Now what I was told, and I did find them by the owners, is that they had bought some 5-meter ones. So I'll see how far these go, how far they go. If they can at least get into here would be good, and then I could just extend those pipes and put 2. Well, we're just going to be cold anyway, so, and then I'll have to split it into 2 feeds, one with a Y. So I'll probably have to get the cold one into here somewhere probably. And then drop it down or something. So yeah, I'll run it and see how far it goes, and then we'll have to extend one of these and provide some supply for that. So that's one job I need to do. Another thing, I was told that there was power under here because we need a power supply to feed this phone charger thing that sits on the desktop. Now looking under here, all I could find is some conduit. So they put the conduit in because obviously conduit goes into the concrete, but there's no actual wire in it. So we need to fish some cable up into this. So I actually found one of these fishing rods here, which probably electrician left here, and I started fishing it through, and I've got to a point where it's jammed. So where it's going, God knows where. It could be coming up to the consumer unit, which I doubt. It seems to be going more that way. It could be coming up in one of these somewhere. Although I checked in this one, I didn't see it anywhere. I doubt it's coming into that one because that comes off to there. I thought maybe it would have come up to that. I don't know. There is a plug behind the fridge. I don't know if it comes up in there. Hopefully not, because the whole fridge has got to come out. Because basically there's no spurs, which is a thing they don't do a lot here. It's just a plug behind there. So getting to switch it on and off, it's a bit of a nightmare. So before I cover this up, this back panel with the splash bag, I want to make sure that it's not coming up into this box or any of these before I cover this box up. So my first job is investigating where the other end of that is, see if we can find it, and then once we do find it, then next attention will be to start cutting the splashbacks and fitting these splashbacks over here. Guys, so I've been trying to find out where this conduit comes in. Now I did some looking. There's some flexible conduit that they've added here. This is why they've broken this wall out and patched it back. They've used the same flexible here and they've used the same thing up here. So this is all new stuff. It goes all the way down. I can see where they've chased it down. It's the only one where there's any new chases, so I'm pretty sure it's coming from this. These are original ones, obviously, and this is an added one which has nothing in it. So we're gonna try and fish this one in. I've tried some other boxes as well, not come up with anything. So I'm pretty sure it's this one. Thank God that this guy left this thing. I would be in trouble. Because I need to get this done before I can do the splashback. Let's see if anything. So here we go. There we go. We got it right here. So that is it. So now we can fish in some cable from here to take the power off here. So the telltale sign with this, something to look for, maybe it might help someone. Look for where, because obviously this has been added at some point, so they would have had to chase the wall. So I've looked for sockets where there's been evidence of chasing, like here. And if you look down here, we can see where they've chased it, basically all the way down to here. And it goes from the plastic conduit to the flexi. So I was pretty sure this goes down all the way to the floor. And this is the reason why they chased it. Now, one of the things they should have done was put a plug here for the igniter for the cooker, which they didn't do. So that's another story in itself, how we're going to do that. So more than likely it's ended up going to be extension lead under there, to be honest, for the igniter. That's probably what's going to happen. But now we've got that in, we can get this cable. So I have to go and get the cable for that. In the meantime, I'm going to turn my attention to these and start cutting these. In preparation, I'll probably work from that side and work my way and put this piece in last, and then hopefully by lunchtime I can go get some cable, run that cable in, connect it up, and then I can put this splash back in. So also I've got to find out, there looks like there is wiring being run up there to the to up here. So the only thing is there's some tape over that. So even though maybe the cable is in there, hopefully the cable's in there. Looks like someone put some tape while they was plastering over that. And there's the cables. All right, cables already in here, which is good. Just there, nothing's been taped up. The ends haven't been taped up. From my understanding, these are live. So at least the cables are up here, so we need to worry about that. Just need to get a plug on there. All right guys, so I've got this worktop which we're going to be using for the splashback. I measured the first part of it. So I'm going to open this up. I'm limited to tools that I've got here. This stuff is really tough. I'm using the angle grinder. So nice and slow and steady, and we should be good. So you can cut this with a circular saw, you can cut it with a jigsaw. I don't have any of those here, so it's going to be angle grinder for this one. Some damage on this, so we're going to chop the top piece off anyway. Right guys, so this stuff is not actually stone. I was told it was stone, but it isn't. It's actually some sort of medium density board, some sort of MDF style sort of stuff with a laminate on it. So the angle grinder is not really the best thing to cut this. I can cut it with it, but I think I'm gonna go and get a circular saw. This one's fine because this side's going butting wall to wall. It's gonna get silicone around the edge, but it's just too messy, too dusty to cut. So I'm gonna go and get a circular saw. I'm gonna have to go and get one and to cut the rest. So all I've got to do is cut this little piece off the top here, and then this whole piece goes in as one, and I'll get a circular so I can do the rest of that. Right guys, so I'm back. I managed to get some cable. You can see I've got a roll of singles. So you can see we've got live neutral earth, and I've tied them up to this, and I'm going to use this now to pull this back through. So we're pulling from that side, and hopefully we can get this end to end up there. We got our cables in. We've got enough cable there now. So we've got our cable on that end, and we got the cable in the conduit there, which is running underneath. And now what I've done is I've drilled a hole, popped it in the corner here, and you can see I've got a box on it here, and we've got the end there, so I can put a socket on that, and that will be used for that. And then we can connect up that end. Once that's done, then we can board up that wall. Guys, quick update. So I've connected those wires to there now. They're quite easy to do, twist connections. And then also I've put in the box under there, and I just connected the wire on there. I'll tidy up the cable. It just comes through the back in the corner there, and it's under there. So as you can see, it says wireless charging around that way. I'm going to test it out.
Wi-Fi is on. Let me know if you'd like to turn it off.
Sorry about that. Let's put this on now. And as you guys can see, 79% charge, it is working. So it's charging, so that is one job done. Guys, quick update. So we can see I've put the plug on the end of that. Only thing is there's no plug here, so I'm gonna need to get a plug for that. We'll probably cut it a bit shorter and get that plug in there. And here is the other socket. This is the socket that was at the back of the TV. So what it is, I fed the feed down to there, and then basically just took it up here on, it's on a radial circuit anyway. All right guys, so all the electrics are pretty much done. Now I'm turning my attention to the plumbing. So this bit here, there was this plastic bag stuck in here, and when I turned the water on, it was all dripping out of here. So obviously they hadn't finished connecting that. So I'm assuming they put that so that you could put a one of these, I don't remember what you call the name of these, it's like a rodding point. So I went and got one that I can use some pipe plastic weld cement stuff and glue that in, and then what happens is you can unscrew this here, and if you have a blockage in there, you can use a rod to clean it, push it through. So I've got one of these. I think this is a 2-inch one. It's called, everything's in sort of inches here, but this is the right size, so I did get the right one. So I've got some of this stuff as well. this PVC pipe cement. I'm gonna use some of that and I'm gonna glue that into there. Alright guys, so that's done. You guys can see, use some of that adhesive and start that on. So I'm just gonna let this dry now. It's gone hard already. There's about 20 seconds. So I'll let that dry properly, then we can run this, test it out. Next up is going to be trying to figure out how to connect this. So we've already, I'll show you guys, I've actually run these are the two pipes that are running from the dishwasher and washing machine. I've run them all the way down here. So my plan is to cut into this pipe here. We'll put a T in it, and then we're gonna put one of these splitter things with two shut-off valves on it, and that's what I'll use to connect these two to the washing machine. We've got a couple of little bits and stuff, connections that should make it all fit. So I'm gonna try and do that, and I'll come back in a second. All right guys, so I turned the water off so that I could drain out the water so I can cut that pipe and fix that pipe. I just noticed the problem as well. So I shut off the hot water, so that means water should stop flowing, which was fine. But when it stopped flowing, it was not flowing on this tap at all for some reason. Nothing is coming out of this tap. So it's still flowing here. That's me draining the hot water cylinder. The cold side I've closed already, but the hot side it can still drain out, which is basically the water that's in that tank. Same thing for this one, the cold's closed, the hot, there's nothing coming out. So I was having a look under there to see why. I thought they probably got the hot and cold mixed up. And then I noticed this kinked pipe here. You guys can see it. So you can see when I unkink it, or just going to twist it like that, and that. Obviously it's still a bit kinked here. So water starts flowing. So we need to take this apart and unkink that. So there is a valve here, thankfully, so I can shut this valve off here. So when the plumber's obviously done it, I mean, I should have noticed him kinking that pipe, to be honest. That's just going to end up busting because the rubber's just going to get torn, because especially it being a hot water pipe as well. So that's something that's good we caught that, because that would have been a potential problem in the future, very near future. So let's see if we can loosen that and unkink it. So you notice as I'm tightening it, the pipe is twisting, so you kind of have to make sure hold the pipe with the other hand so that it doesn't untwist. So as I'm untwisting it now, I gotta try and unkink it. It may just be that the pipe is too long, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna see if I can sort it out. So I'm gonna take it off first. There is a little water in there still in that pipe. And there we go. Oh gosh, it's been really squeezed for a while. So what I need to do is try and do it somehow like that, so that it's not kinked. You guys can even see what I'm doing here. But yeah, it's been a little bit damaged there, so I've got to squeeze that back into shape and try. Ideally, how he's done this one here, he would have put it up on the right angle so that you get that little sweep there, rather than trying to go down on top where it's quite close. So hopefully I can get it. If I can't, then I might have to, I don't know, put an elbow up on this or something, so I can get it in a better position, so I can have it maybe coming from the side like this. So let me see what I can do. Alright guys, I'm back. So I did manage to get it to curve without kinking, so I just made it work. I almost gave up on it, but yeah, it seems fine now than the way it was twisted like an S. So now I can open this back. Let's make sure everything's not leaking. Straight away we're getting water coming through, because before there was no flow at all, and now it's flowing. There we go. Let that air come out. There we go. Right, so we do need to put the water back on to get pressure for it to come on. And this one's probably off as well. Yeah, they're both off. Yeah. So when I put the water back on, I'll test these. Alright guys, quick update. So plumbing. So you guys can see what I've done. I cut into here, I put a T in. This is the cold water side. Put in this here, put a reducer on it here. I think this is 1/2 inch to 1 inch or 1.25 inches. I can't remember what it is called. And then it's threaded into this two-way valve here, which I got here. And then each side you've actually got a shut off on the actual valve. This is the best thing I could find that I could actually do this. Trying to find stuff like this, it's very difficult. But this is good, and it's got the 2 valves in here. So one's for dishwasher and one's for washing machine. I'm not sure which is which. I think this is dishwasher and that's washing machine. So all we got to do now is just turn this and we should get water. Yeah, I felt the pressure in here. Definitely water in that pipe. It's gone really hard. And as you guys heard it on the other one here. So I just got to look for leaks. So far so good. You can see any leaks. And that should be now, we should now have water at the end, or the washing machine and dishwasher end. So I will need to push these in position properly. We've got to put doors on both of these, and then we just need to get power to them. Then we can test them, do a cycle in there and make sure they're actually running properly. But we do have water into them. We know that waste was already connected, so that should be good to go. So we just need a quick rinse. So we've got water. I'm gonna let this do a little spin and see if it rinses out. Same thing with the dishwasher. It's on here, so I'm going to put that on with some quick sort of wash so we can test that out as well. Alright guys, quick update. I've been here all day, but we've had some good progress. So I'll show you guys an issue that's come up as I've been working on the acoustic panels that's supposed to go behind the TV. Come up with a little problem. So one of the problems was one of the panels has been damaged, there's gouges in it, and there's also gouges up there. So I was thinking that maybe if there was a extra left over when I cut the last one, I could probably replace one of these, the strips there. But then I noticed another problem. So I'm sure you guys can spot the issue on the video. So these are not being glued on. I've just cut them to height. I had to take about 2.5 centimeters off them, the height wise, to put them in. I'm just cutting them, and then I've got to cut around all the stuff later. But if you notice, we've got one color, and the one that's damaged, as soon as I've put it next to it, I've noticed it's a wrong color. It's a lighter gray, as you guys can see. And to confirm that, I checked the packaging on all of these. So these are the other ones here. You can see the barcode is 587. I'm not sure what color that's supposed to be. We got 587 as well here. And then this last one that I did, the barcode is 624. So it's definitely a different color. You've got oak here, you've got an ash, you've got smoked oak, and you've got walnut. So I'm not sure which is which, but this one is definitely not the right one. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go back to them and tell them that what do they want to do about that. Really, they need to get another one. Obviously, got those from the UK, so they're gonna have to probably send another one down. I think maybe what will happen is I will fit 4 of them. I've got 1, 2, 3, and I do have one more here as well. So I'll probably fit that 4th one, and then they'll probably have to get one more to fill in that last section there, little gap there. Okay guys, so I've got a little idea. That is basically 4 of the panels. So what I've done is I shifted them more central. So I've got the middle of these 2 in the middle of the wall. So I've got 1, 2, 1, 2, and leave a little bit of space either side. Sort of give some symmetry. So that's one idea. So I'm gonna pitch that to the customer and see if they want to do that. I think it looks good like that, and that might be a better idea. And just, yeah, so that it can just get done. So, but yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna send this to him and see what he says. If he wants to go with this, then we'll go with fitting him on right there. Hey guys, so he's come back to me already and he said, yep, he's happy to do that. Cool. So I'm gonna be doing that next time I come back. So let's quickly go through what we've managed to get done today. Right, so we're gonna work backwards. Obviously, we've got these cut and sort of test fitted. I took the TV off. I put the socket in and wired the wiring down to the other socket and put that socket on there today. That was that. I had to do a lot of going through and figuring out what was needed so that I could find out what materials I needed to buy today. I've put those back in position, back in where they need to be. we need to get the doors on them now. For now, because I did do a rinse out wash on that, and so far so good. Everything was fine. There's no leaks or nothing. It did its thing. It's emptied. It's all done. For now, I've just temporarily just pulled them in an extension lead so I could run the dishwasher and the washing machine. So they're all good. Connected the socket up there. You guys remember, I've done that up there. So I just need to put a plug on the end of that. Also run the cable in from there through the conduit, fished it under there, run that conduit under there, put the socket inside there as well, and connected to the charging, which actually works as well. Started cutting this, but they didn't have the circular saw where I went, so I'm going to pick up one when I'm coming down the next trip, and then I'll do those on that side. Also in the bathroom, we sorted out a couple of things in the bathroom. What did we sort out the bathroom? Yeah, we sorted out, oh yes, the kinked cabling and kinked pipe work in there. So that's sorted out and that's all good now. And oh yes, we also did the plumbing for the washing machine as well. So show you guys again what we did. Well, actually, did the waste, and that's all fine now. No more leaks. So done the waste, close that off there as well, and we've also, it's a service connection as well for unblocking stuff, so put that on there. Done the connections here and the extra connections for the washing machine dishwasher, ran that pipe as well, connected it up on both ends. You can see it's working and all that. I've shut the water off now anyway, just to be safe. And as I said, I started cutting these. I cut the one on that side, but I want to glue them all at the same time just to make sure everything's nice and straight. So the next job will be to do that, get that plug on up there, start. We've got to figure out how we're going to get power under there. It's probably gonna have to be an extension lead or something. There's not really much else I can do there, unless in the future they want to get electricians to start hacking walls and putting plugs under there. But for now, I'll just connect it in for them. So I need to get a plug for that. We'll put all the plinths back and everything, and then we've got to move on to. We've got shower screens to put in the bathroom as well. So I've got a shower screen to put in. So I've got to figure out how and where that is. Also, I've got to adjust these cabinets by cutting them a bit shorter. I'll be able to do that when I get circular saw a lot easier as well. Cut them a bit shorter because they're hitting those waste pipes in there, and I can get the two of those drawers in there. I'm assuming there's supposed to be some lights inside here as well, because these wires are hanging here. More than likely they will be live. There's some waggles in here as well on the ends on this side. So I don't know if he's got the lights. If he wants me to do those, we'll see. Connect them up for him. And yeah, so the next will be get this door frame in. That door needs to go in, and then they all need handles, locks. There's loads of handles and locks to do. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 at least. Yeah, so that's gonna be a work in itself to do those. Anyone does know they take time, so that'll be the next set of jobs I think to do when I come back. That is it, guys. You can see how dark it is now. It's 7 o'clock now. I did start late today, so that's why I've stayed till 7. Try and get these bits finished as well. Get all the crickets and frogs outside. But yeah, I'm off now. So yeah, guys, until the next video, hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Let me know what you're thinking about the progress so far on the flat. To me, it's looking good and we're getting through. And as I'm going, I'm finding stuff, which I knew is what would happen. I'm just finding stuff that needs to be done. But, you know, I'm going to try and get as much of it done as I can. So guys, until the next video, thanks for watching. Take care. See you soon.